Hello, I am James from Deadlocked Escape Rooms. Welcome to the making of the Phoenix Research. In this short documentary, we're hoping to show you a few of the secrets of the room, some of the things you may not have seen or been told after you played it. Planning for the game started a year before we even got the venue. We designed some of the puzzles and even filmed some of the video things that you might have seen during the game.
Hello, folks! Could I have your attention, please? This is important, so listen up.
We had the opportunity to film in a plane about a year in advance, and so we took it and decided that our video segments, where you get to meet the character that you'd be interact with during the game, would be filmed beforehand.
Oh, this is actually quite comfy. I'm quite enjoying this.
We hoped that by providing a character in room, we could avoid the text clues that most escape rooms are burdened with. By having Danny Hartman, this character, talk to you, interact with you, mock you, and sometimes just congratulate you, we hope that it would feel more immersive than just telling you what to do at certain points.
I'd just like to point out that you're all doing a really great job, except for one of you. But I don't really need to point out who that is, do I?
We have over 100 clips of audio that we can put in at any point during the game, depending on what you're doing. And it was useful because it meant that we could add voices later should the opportunity arise, should we need to, should something that we weren't expecting happen within the game.
My name is Professor... I've got my name now. Bradley Samuel.
We came up with this little puzzle. There are keys right next to it. There's a poster with colours. To us, it seemed really simple. You'd match up the colours with the keys, and that would give you an order that would give you a code to the briefcase. While we expected to have to give you clues to the puzzle, we didn't expect that some people wouldn't know how to open a briefcase, to slide the tabs to the right. If we'd have relied just on video, we wouldn't have been able to add that clue later, but by getting the actor in to record the voice afterwards, even though we didn't have access to the plane, we could give you some more advice in the game.
Have we tried sliding the tabs on the briefcase to the side?
By presenting our clue system as part of the story, we hope that it would become more immersive and less like someone was just telling you what to do.
I think there's probably more for us to find in the room. Oh, and by us, I mean you.
This diary that you might have found in the game is hundreds of pages long. It was all handwritten by myself, and it contains the playbook to how the character, Professor Bradley Samuel, designed his room. Everything from an explanation of the folder puzzle to other clues that will help you during the game should you decide to look through it. The whole point of it was to hide one tiny aspect, because the way we design our rooms to remove as many padlocks as possible is by hiding things in different ways. The filing cabinet is, in a sense, a padlock. Much like a padlock, you could go through every single number combination until you found something. By presenting a padlock in this format, it gives it a lot more realistic and diegetic feel to the room, so that once you do find the correct number, you can find the folder and proceed on your journey.
Some people can do their jobs properly.
Ready to rock?
I am always ready to rock.
You may have noticed the number 1504 repeated various times across the room, for example on the bottom of the diary. Now this was originally intended to bring your attention to all of the clocks in the room, which have all stopped at the time 4 minutes past 3 or 1504 in a 24-hour clock. This was originally intended to cause you to investigate the clocks and find the hidden items within. You can also see it on the postbox, 1504, as it is in the digital clock, and the 15th of April. You also can see it on the calculator. If you type in 1504, you get the 15th of April that comes up, but also within the diary, you'll notice that the 15th of April, or 1504, is the date that Bradley knew he was going missing. Finally, it serves as the clue in the ledger for the very last puzzle. We also love to do crossovers to create a sort of extended universe. So you'll also find the number 1504 in our other room, the testing chamber. Speaking of crossovers, if you look closely, you'll even find the professor's password on a maintenance log in the testing chamber. We at Deadlocked strive to become an ecologically responsible company. In fact, the only zero waste escape room in the country. Many of the puzzles that we have in our rooms are actually created from pieces that were designed to go into landfill sites. This has come about from many happy accidents. For example, this very desk we bought and had no idea that actually it contained a secret drawer, which then led to us creating our hidden drawer puzzle within.
Talking of happy accidents, the bookcase puzzle ended up being improved by the limitations of electronics. Originally, you'd find a hidden button which would activate a microcontroller which would open the bookshelf. In order to simplify the tech, to remove the chance of something going wrong, we decided to make a simpler circuit. Essentially, this is it. If the power flows through the motor one way, the bookcase opens. If it flows the other way, it closes. For this, however, we'd need 2 buttons to be activated. With only one, the electricity would flow through the path of least resistance and nothing would happen. Because we needed 2 buttons, we hid them both and made the additional challenge of teamwork. Yes, you've probably realised that means to reset the whole thing, we need to find 2 buttons to push ourselves. We hide them up here, hoping that you guys won't find them.
The red box is a unique mechanic that we have for players in the Phoenix Research Room. At the start of the game, you are given this, the ID tag of Professor Bradley Sammer, consisting of the key to the red box. The reason that this is a unique mechanic is because it allows players to alter the game for the next team. Opening the box gives you this, a gift from the last team consisting of either a clue or not a clue. So whatever is inside of it may help or hinder you. So it's actually completely optional to your game whether you open the red box or not. Clues can consist of anything from counting the flashes for the coloured padlock or to just hindering you, saying something like, why are there so many Jaws books in the room? One of the worst clues we've had was put on the glasses, they help you see in the dark. So they put on the glasses, turned off the lights, and of course they were like, nothing's changed! Oh, what's this?
When we started designing the Phoenix Research, we foolishly assumed that everybody would understand every puzzle just as we did. Obviously, when we put this together, it seemed clear to us that you put the keyrings in this order. It's right next to it.
We were worried about people completing the room in 20 minutes. We were worried about people finding it too easy. So we designed an extension to the room. We designed a hard mode. Realistically, we realised that the room was extremely challenging. We never get to do hard mode, but originally we had intended that if players escaped the room too early, we would be able to play a different ending, which would lead them to a completely new set of puzzles.
Stop what you are doing. If you hand over the Phoenix Research, you probably won't leave this building alive. If you don't believe me, there's a camera in a very interesting security office that you should hack into. Find the IP address and the 4-letter password, and you'll have your proof. The IP address was set up just before the cameras in your rooms. You'll find the password on the keyring pairs. Remember, L equals 17.
So the first thing we need is the IP address. And it's for a camera set up just before the cameras in your room. Now, we wanted hard mode to be invisible to those people that never got that far, so it didn't confuse them. So we hid the information on the one thing that people don't look at in escape rooms: the cameras. Each camera has a different IP address on it, and if you find them all, you realise that they start with the same number, 192.168.0, and they either end in 876, 875, 874, or 873. So the one before it is 872. Next up, we need the 4-letter password, which is apparently on the keyring pairs. Again, to hide this, we used something that you've already used, that unless we were pointing to it, you wouldn't go back to. The strings between the keyrings make the keyring pairs, giving us 17, 13, 14, and 21. We already know 17 is L, but why? If you remember following those massive lines in the other room, that is where we found L equals 17. So we kind of solved the puzzle in reverse. Following 13 gets us O, 14 gets us C, and 21 gives us K. The password is lock.
Hello? The light has come on the CCTV camera. I'm assuming you've logged into the camera system. Wexel will stop at nothing to get hold of this, but you mustn't let them. No doubt you're running out of time, and they're watching you right now. So you need to disable the entire system in order to escape the building. I found the network address back in April. It's the same as all the others, except the last number is a little tricky. You need to find $1 in April. As for the password, they're here. You mustn't let them get it.
Now do you believe me? He was talking about something to do with finding dollars in April. Maybe we'll find the last digit of the IP address for the security office in something to do with April and dollars. Then, just the 4-letter password will shut the whole place down.
So, we need another IP address. The professor said something about April and dollars, so hopefully leading us to dates in April and therefore the diary.
Turning to any page in April leads us to various references about dollars. Exchange rates of dollars, definitely not today. And in the top right corner of these pages, there's a 3-digit number, our IP address.
On April 9th, it tells us the exchange rate for dollars is perfect. So the number that we're looking for is 420. Finally, we need the 4-letter password. But where can we find it? The background to the computer has changed, and it tells us to look under the S. Have we seen an S anywhere in the room? We've used it multiple times already, so hopefully we'll all remember that there is a large S in the second room. And if we go and crouch underneath it, we'll reveal a new clue. The clue seems to lead us back to this poster, the very first part of the room. Now, we want to give you the opportunity to solve hard mode. This poster should give you all the information you need. If you think that you can solve hard mode, pause the video now and resume it once you think you found the 4-letter password.
The first section suggests yes to a smiley face, but no to a running man. There are 3 smiley faces in the picture, but only one neurotransmitter doesn't have the running man. Serotonin is our first answer. The second section suggests one of the neurotransmitter's chemical structures. If you count the structures based on the key above, acetylcholine is your solution. The third segment only tells us creation. The word itself appears only in glutamate. And finally, we see the word U, the number 4 on a dice, and an ear. U4 ear. Euphoria. Our final solution, endorphins. Serotonin, acetylcholine, glutamate, and endorphins. If we take the first letters, we get S-A-G-E. Sage is our answer.
What happened? We lost the feed. Did you get it? I don't see. Wait, what? Our entire security? Did you do this? Show me the special office. Somehow, our entire security is shut down. So we're gonna have to deal with that right now. Don't go anywhere. I'm afraid we can't let you leave anymore. And we have some very serious questions for you.
You did it! You managed to disable the entire system for the building. This way I can make my escape. You saved my life, and probably saved the lives of many innocents today. Please excuse me, but I need to find my own way out of the building. I know, out there now, there are people I can trust if I need you in the future. But you mustn't let Wexel get hold of that research. You can't go out the same way you came in, otherwise they'll know it's you. There must be another way of escaping. Until I see you next time. Goodbye. Congratulations, and thank you for helping me expose Wexel.
The door is locked for real, so we need to find another way of escaping. In our hard mode, our very final escape from the room was behind these shutters and out of the building altogether. Well, that's the end of the making of the Phoenix research. We hope you've enjoyed it. And thank you guys so much for visiting us in the first place. Hopefully we'll get to see you again for a future escape. Thanks.